You know, here on the channel, we talk about trying to make as much money as possible. That's my goal. That's my goal for you. Is it an active revenue stream? Is it the side hustle, the gig economy, these apps, right? Or is it semi-passive revenue stream? I love affiliate income. Is it affiliate income? Is it selling a product, a course, a service, making money on YouTube, whatever it is? And again, combining those revenue streams. But I mean, 10 plus years in the workforce, we got side hustle. I've done, these things as a side hustle, as a full-time hustle, 9 to 5, etc. There's a lot of things that I haven't done. And there's something to be said that is really not talked about a lot about not doing. AKA quitting. So in this video, I've identified 4 quitting scenarios that I have personally experienced. And literally, I want you to at least consider, if not experience, these scenarios as well. Doing this, in my opinion, is going to make you better off just mentally, personally, and from a business front. Making more money. So number one, it's quitting. Simply quit when the thing is not bringing you happiness or it's bringing you too much stress. So almost 10 years ago, at the time of filming this video, I was working here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in customer service for a healthcare manufacturer. And in customer service, I answered 100, close to 200 inbound calls a day. I was making 40 some thousand. I had a communications degree from Penn State, and that was it. It was answering phones. It was data entry. It was extremely repetitive. It was, in my opinion, a dry work environment. It was bringing me really little it wasn't challenging me. It wasn't bringing me any satisfaction. So I did that really, honestly, setting it and forgetting it, just kind of going through the motions until eventually I had a change in mindset that said, hey, listen, I should probably quit this because the money isn't increasing at the pace that I want it to increase. Again, it was unengaging. It was not bringing me happiness. It wasn't super stressful, but it was very boring. Number 2, whatever situation you're in, I'm telling you, you need to quit if this happens. That's if the finances just don't make sense. So think about this, especially in the gig economy. That's a lot of what we talk about here, right? These side hustle apps. If the finances, if the numbers don't make sense, you should probably quit. Not all these marketplaces are a good fit for food delivery, for rideshare, whatever it is. And that's a big part of why I really quit rideshare in the first place, considering it was the first niche that I started in the gig economy. Let me give you an example. So I've heard just on message boards, wherever, that there used to be this mindset of, hey, listen, if you run your business basically at even or taking a loss, you're not going to owe really any taxes. And if anything, it's actually going to reduce your liabilities come tax time. And this never really made any sense to me because that basically means your revenue and your expenses are zeroing out. So think about this closely. If you're working in the gig economy, or literally if you have your own business, if you're a contractor, or whatever it is, if your operating expenses are basically equaling your revenue, or hopefully not, you're losing money, clearly the finances don't make sense. Now, there is something to be said about staying the course, about taking some loss to begin with to make revenue later on. But simply put, if the hourly earnings don't make sense for the workload that you're putting in, if you're not getting enough compensation, or again, if the numbers just don't make sense, I urge you to at least look at pivoting, possibly quitting that scenario. Number 3 is definitely the most personal. I tell you, this is the one that I struggle with the most. And this is knowing when to quit, when to step away, when to basically drop projects, when you're spreading yourself too thin. And again, I've struggled with this the most, especially here on the channel. So for instance, if you have all these great ideas, new businesses you want to start, new projects, in my case, products, services that I want to sell, new features, whatever it is for right here on YouTube of my business. And think about this for your scenario. If you want to pick up, again, another app, or again, a side project, whatever it is, right? You want to start a certain thing. If you're spreading yourself too thin, it goes back to number one. I guarantee you it's going to compile the stress. And it makes me think of the jack of all trades, but master of none. So basically, I had to think about where can I trim the fluff? What's busy work, right? What is busy work? How can I trim that? And then, where can I reach out to others? Because like you, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you kind of want to take the reins. That's kind of the characteristics that you have, right? As a business owner or an entrepreneur. But again, reaching out to others, contracting out some of the work that honestly for you, it's a busy work. I would quit that busy work and hand it off to someone else. Because a hard lesson that I found is if you try to do too much, again, you're spreading yourself too thin, it's two things are going to happen. Number one, you're going to say you're going to do something to whatever it is, your audience, your clients, your business partner, whatever it is, and it's not going to get done. Or number two, it will get done, but it's not going to be as good of a product, whatever it is, as if, again, you contracted out some of that work, or if you just focused on just that and not, 10 projects at a time. And then number four, it kind of goes back to that customer service example of quitting when it's time for a change. Because if you're like me, taking that risk of trying something new, especially if it's kind of out there, right? Going full time on YouTube. I want to be a Twitch streamer. I'm going to start an e-commerce business. I'm going to do whatever it is. And especially if it's a little new, if it's a little unique, you really need to accelerate that growth trajectory so you can start bringing money in, you can start seeing success. Is going to encourage you, right? Versus taking those early losses. So doing the research is so massively important. Doing the research, having educated first attempts. So I'll tell you, quitting is absolutely not bad in the right scenarios when you have a clear trajectory of where you want to go. And obviously, really importantly, is how it's going to follow the money for you. And I will tell you, it is always changing. There's decisions that I make every day that you're considering literally every single day. Do I go down this path? Do I pick up this new project? Or is it time to make a change at the job with a different gig apps, with whatever it is? So I'm really curious. Let me know your scenarios right now of something that you're considering dropping, which in my opinion is okay when done right, with education, making a smart decision behind that. And I'll tell you on the other end of that, if you're unsure, that is okay, because literally out of college, the years after, the 6 years I was in that customer service job, a lot of that I was unsure as well. So I'll tell you this, is if you're not a part of the team here, I welcome you to subscribe, to join the team here, and discuss this with myself, with like-minded individuals, and really to have a support system. Because again, in those years, in 2012, in 2013, this did not exist for me. So I do feel like it would be very beneficial to help you stay on the right track. So I look forward to your stories and that discussion down below in the comments. And if you did get value in this video, definitely drop me a like, and I'll see you in the next one.